Hello and welcome, I am Zombie Kitty, and yeah, I think the angle looks a bit wider than usual. I know the last video I said was entirely recorded in OBS, and it was, but I put a community post up as well on the day before saying that the next two videos are going to be recorded in OBS and that's it, so apologies. But I've kind of changed my mind. I recorded half of this video in OBS and then realised, oh, I can use my phone. So this is on my iPhone. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what the sound's like. It seems okay, but we'll see. So yeah, but I have discovered a YouTube channel called The Internet Historian. Now, they've been around for quite a long time. I think at the time of recording, they've just uploaded a new video. And I have watched a couple of their videos at the moment. So, Cost of Concordia, the failure of Fallout 76, and a couple of their like oddity ones, which unfortunately I didn't really get into too much, but I liked the other ones that I watched. But the one we're going to react to today is called, I think it's just called Dashcon, which, if you know what that convention is, dread has just filled your tummy. If you don't know what this is, all I'm going to say is this was a unofficial Tumblr convention created by Tumblr subscribers for Tumblr subscribers. And that's all I'm going to say. I just realised you can see my table. But that's all I'm going to say. So, let's go. Okay.
In March of 2013, a group of Tumblr users come up with a brilliant idea. Dashcon. A convention specifically for and by Tumblr users.
Yep.
This
yeah, it was an unofficial event.
Is their story.
I do wonder if it's going to go into
the Renaissance Marriott
like specific details or just do a summary.
$65 for the weekend.
Wow.
Epic
Okay, that's
panel
not too bad.
lineup. Welcome to Nightfell reading. LGBTQIP2SAA+.
Yes, all of them. Awesome.
Steam-powered giraffe live show.
To be fair, it did sounded good.
Ed-friendly memes.
To start with.
Expect 5,000 people. We'll see you there.
Ooh.
Whoosh. Here comes Friday, and a big fat serving of reality.
Yeah.
About 500 people show up at 9 AM, but nothing is scheduled until 1 PM, so people just wait around for the next 4 hours.
So at what point did you decide that this is what you wanted to do with your life?
Is that Homestuck cosplay?
The thug life goes you?
Turns out steam-powered giraffe cancelled months ago.
Oh dear.
Sorry. If you bought special tickets, no refunds though. Lol.
Oh,
Check out the
no.
games room. 1 TV, 1 console. Perfect for up to 7,000 people. Here's
Which
that ball
there
pit you were
weren't,
looking
I don't
forward
think.
to.
Yeah, the ball pit.
Free Palestine!
Overall,
The
it's a pretty
famous
fucking slow
ball
day.
pit.
Okay, so you're dressed up as the Batman movie shooter. What made you choose this costume? What made you decide to dress up as the Prime Minister of Israel to this convention?
Then by 9
Okay, so
PM,
that interviewer is a
disaster
prick.
strikes. The bill
Also,
for the venue
it's,
hasn't even been
topical.
paid. The hotel wants it immediately or the doors will be shut and the convention is over.
Yeah, because they didn't pay. See this and the... Oh, I don't know what that message said. We'll have a look in a minute. This was so bad. Yeah, it is. Who's that? Oh, was she the one who initially said it? What is happening? This shit actually happened. Let that sink in for a moment. What is even happening? What was that for?
But they
Yeah,
raised
exactly.
the money, and the con continues.
Yep, they did.
Saturday, artists and stallholders who paid $150 each for their tables aren't
Okay.
selling anything because their customers just donated all of their cash. Tumblr's turned on the convention completely.
The
Whoops.
destruction of this
Convention.
is dedicated to all of the women whose
Bank account.
have been ruined and ruled by
Yeah,
it.
the donation bag was
Money.
the famous one, and the ball pit as
Donate
well.
to PayPal.
They call Dashcon a scam and try to
Yeah.
have certain events shut down.
Yep.
Mark does stuff, a gay Hispanic panelist.
Hi, I'm Mark.
is sent death threats because they think he's a straight white male who's misappropriating the gay for profit.
What?
Pacific Rim is illegally played to an audience of 100.
What?
Tumblr sends tweets to Del Toro to get them in trouble.
I did
the
not
Dr.
know
Horrible
about
sing-along
that.
blog sing-along is cancelled due to copyright
Copyright,
concerns.
yeah.
Then,
Yeah, I didn't know about any of
As long
that.
as we get to see a live reading from Welcome to Nightfell,
Oh god, I know
it'll
about
all be
this
okay.
though.
We're here for the live reading of Welcome to the Nightfell. It is 12:50 right now, and they're still not here.
Okay, so basically, Nightfell just walked.
What? Is this the collective sigh?
We're all gonna sigh together, okay?
Yeah, this is the famous part as well. Where's my money?
While everyone is still
This is
sitting
the other
in that
famous
room
part as
waiting
well.
for the show to start, they changed the rules on the website so that there are no refunds. But don't worry, there's a silver lining. Everyone who paid extra to see Welcome to
Okay, I
Nightfell
wanna
is
look back
entitled
on
to a
that as
free
well.
extra hour in the ball pit.
This is
Oh!
$17,000 went to.
Oh, another famous clip.
And with that, a meme is born.
Yeah. The ball pit, a famous meme. I think someone peed in it, didn't they? Oh my god. I mean, yeah, it was awful.
By
I'm
the early
laughing, but I'm
afternoon,
also
the vendors
laughing
pack
because
up
it's
and
like it was so
some shitty
shocking
panels happen.
and insane that this happened. This is really shit.
Not enough chairs. So pansexual, polysexual, omnisexual, fluid.
Because again, they don't have any cash, they're giving out free hotel mints as prizes. The teenage unpaid helpers, who are promised free meals, aren't given anything and go hungry.
Oh my
There's a full-on
god.
organizer meltdown. And Tumblr finds out that the main artwork used for the convention is in fact stolen
I
copyright
remember
material.
that.
By the evening,
I do
the
remember that.
unthinkable happens.
Someone peed in the
The
pool.
ball pit starts to deflate. And someone pisses in it.
Yeah, there you go, there it is.
Sunday,
It's
the
widely
ball pit
rumoured.
is
Oh,
taken
okay.
away. Also, Tumblr finds out that Random Acts, a charity that Dashcon claims to be partnered with, isn't in fact partnered at all.
Oh
which
my
means, by the way,
God.
they've just been pocketing the money. The organizers host an official apology panel.
Part of that is on us. There were a lot of mistakes made on a lot of different people's parts, and we take full responsibility for the parts that were us. We are first timers, but we intend to.
Okay, yeah, pause. But as first timers, you should have done better. Like, that's why you should have been extra careful, because you were first timers. Like, you should have been way more careful because of that.
To make 2015 even better.
Here's a quick summary of that.
You're gonna try and get 2015 done.
Like they're like.
Oh my god.
Like, they're like, oh no, like we'll tell them now. So.
I blame somebody, otherwise it's all my fault. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
And everything is closed by 1 p.m. Since Dashcon,
So it
there have been
didn't
many
actually
rumors
fully-
online that the whole
yeah,
thing was an
okay.
out-and-out scam.
Yeah.
So I did some detective work to see whether it was
Speculation,
true. I think
I
what I
mean-
found proves that even if the staff didn't set out to scam people, they did
Okay.
opportunistically steal and lie. Prepare for some high-quality autism.
Yes, let's
Dashcon
go.
had written an agreement to pay $40,000 plus some change to the Renaissance Hotel Marriott. They
Okay.
paid $20,000 before the thing began, so they had
Okay.
a balance of $20,000 still remaining. They told the hotel that 5,000 to 7,000 people would be attending, and could they please pay as the door sales came in.
Okay.
As a financially risky move, the Marriott agreed verbally, but not in writing. On the first day, the
Okay,
hotel sees
you
at
should've put
most
it in writing.
1,000 people. They know that Dashcon's door sales are fucked, so they enforce immediate payment as per their written contract.
Okay.
Dashcon does not have the funds. And here's where it gets interesting. Dashcon claims they only have $3,000 in cash. So at 9 p.m, Dashcon staff gather everyone into one room to beg for the remaining 17,000. Let's do a head count.
Except,
33, 129, 120.
Wasn't there
maybe
only,
another
like,
33 here
1,000
in case there are
people,
people
though?
on the margin. And we'll add 10% to be generous.
Okay.
It's unlikely that there are more than 350 people in
oh
this
god,
room.
even less than
Now
I
we
thought.
know they reached their goal.
Almost got shut down.
Really?
Because we need to raise $17,000.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Did you do it?
We did it in under an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
They received
Yeah,
donations
this is
by
the bit I don't
PayPal
get,
and
like,
cash,
how?
but only a small fraction in cash.
how did that
Let's be generous and say
happen?
1/10 of the room at most.
Because that doesn't
You
make
can see
sense to
people
me. Like,
donating
I know,
footage, and it's
that's the
probably
part that I
true.
know about.
So even if each cash donor is giving $20, which again, generous,
Did
that's
they
only
manage it?
$700 total. Therefore, the other 16,000 or so is in electronic payments. Now let's look at this leaked list of transactions. Hold on. They made most of their payment in cash, almost $12,000.
But that doesn't make
But they only
sense.
have got $700 from the donors,
Yeah.
and they only had $3,000 in cash. So where did the rest of it come from?
Did they already have it?
It's door sales revenue, not donations, meaning they lied about
Oh.
only $3,000 in the first place. They actually had
Oh,
at least
no.
10,000. Now, here are the transactions that come
Wait,
from
what
the
did that
PayPal
say? They
MasterCard.
stole something. What? They state that they never went to a bank because they were all closed at 9 p.m. Also, their credit cards were at their daily limits. The ATMs didn't work. These are not alternative explanations. Yeah.
Take that from the total owed, and what we get is the following. In a best case scenario, of the donated
No, don't. Stop
$17,000,
mansplaining.
at most, they spent less than $7,000 keeping
Stop.
the place open. They spent
Bye.
over $2,000 on themselves and their own accommodation, and the remaining $9,000 or so, they pocketed.
Yeah, you shouldn't
Also,
do that.
they're liars.
Yeah,
I was
well,
on stage
yeah,
for an
duh.
hour in front of 5,000 people.
There weren't 5,000.
In
Yeah,
a room.
exactly.
Is there 5,000
containing
people here?
a riot.
Yeah, exactly. Footage from the riot. Were they singing for Limmys the first time? These champs have no time for losers, yeah. Like, it's not a riot, it's a sing-along for...
But there's one last thing I want
I have
to
so
touch
much to
on.
say on this. Hang on.
As part of the merchandising,
I think what I hate the most about this as well is that the organisers just did not take this seriously at all. We will go back on some other things as well, because there's a couple of other things I wanted to look at. But like, that guy and the other person who did the collective sigh, let's sigh together, they did not take this seriously. Like, this, if it was on purpose, which it seemed to be, that's fraud. Like, that is fraud. That's false advertising. And yeah, they weren't taking it as seriously as, you know, they should have done.
as part of the merchandising, an official Dashcon DVD is
What?
listed. And it's
I want
possible that a copy exists out there somewhere, and I need to find it.
Yeah, I want it.
So I want to put a $100 bounty out for anyone who might have a copy.
What
It
would
doesn't
be
need
on
to be a
it?
physical DVD, just a copy of the file itself.
Yeah.
The hunt is on.
Yay! Yeah, where Comfy Historians is. This is not a Nightfell panel. Do not attend this panel. This is not a Nightfell panel. The makers will not be answering your questions. They will not stare at the blank wall. Yeah, that Comfy Historian video that just came up was the recent one. I think that it looks like it's to do with that boat that blocks the canal, like the one-lane canal. Okay, let's go back on a couple of things and then I'll fully talk about this. Okay, this is the first thing I wanted to look at. So it says, "Hello Dashcon, please help. The upper management of the hotel is threatening to shut down Dashcon unless we give them 17,000 by 10 p.m. Central Time tonight. Please go to the website and click the donate button and give her anything you can. Unless we get this by tonight, everything is cancelled. We suspect it's due to the fact that upper management doesn't like the people at the con. No, it's the fact that you didn't pay them. Please donate what you can. Thank you. We have an hour." Oh, jeez. You posted that out then? God. Okay, I found the Nightfell thing. I found it. It won't let me show the whole thing. So this is from the Nightfell people. Welcome to Nightfell people. So it says, "Apologies to fans in northern," is that Illinois? "The organisers of an event we were scheduled to be part of today was unable to pay for our flights, hotel or performance fee." This is what I was saying earlier, is like, yeah, they didn't pay them. That's why they didn't turn up. This is the thing, like, okay, let's start talking about this whole video. Because I know some of the stuff that happened at Dashcon, but I didn't know, like, all of it. So I knew about the donation bag and the fact that they asked people to give them money because they didn't pay the hotel, or didn't pay all of the venue. So the venue threatened to shut them down, and they ended up actually getting that total amount. I thought that amount was all from people putting cash into that donation bag. I didn't realise that there was like electronic payments as well, but also I didn't realise that they lied. Which, to be honest, why am I surprised at this point? But yeah, like, I'm not surprised at this. They didn't really pay for anything, really. And I think when the beginning of the video starts and he's going like, Dashcon is going to have these guests, I'm pretty sure they're going to have someone from Supernatural as well. Like, it was supposed to be like that kind of fandom convention, which on paper sounds really cool. And, you know, at the time when it was starting to be planned, it did sound legit, it did sound cool. It's just the fact that if you're not going to pay anyone, if you're not going to plan things properly, that's going to be a problem. You know, this isn't you planning a hangout with your mates. This is a big event that you were trying to plan. We've obviously seen other instances of this as well. You know, Fire Festival is another big example of that. Of like, you're stubborn enough to think this is going to work when everything is telling you, no, this is not going to work. You don't know what you're doing. And that's another example of that. I mean, hell, I even had one sort of nearish me. I think it was a couple of years ago. We had a convention in Southampton that I was going to go to, and it was only going to be a one-day thing. But the organisers were, again, a first-time organiser. It was their first convention. They didn't pay the venue at all. So the venue organiser came in and shut the convention down by about lunchtime. You need to pay people, otherwise it's not going to happen. You can't just ignore it. I didn't know about the copyright thing, so I didn't know there was going to be like a Dr. Horrible sing-along blog thing. They were showing Pacific Rim to people without, again, you need to sort out the copyright if you're going to do stuff like that. You can't just go ahead and do it and just think, oh, okay, that's fine. You need to have copyrighted stuff and copyrighted licenses and stuff for that kind of thing. You can't just wing it and hope for the best and hope that they don't come after you. Like, that is going to happen. So, like, this is another thing I knew about as well, is like it was stolen material for their merchandise. I knew that as well. I knew about the ball pit. Obviously, everyone knows about the ball pit. The moment you say, oh, have you heard of Dashcon? The first thing that will come into people's mind is the ball pit where someone pissed in it. That is the first thing that comes up. The clips in that video that I think are also really famous is the interviewer guy coming up and saying, oh, was this really worth 17 grand? Because that's the thing as well, is like, so many people paid like hundreds or thousands of dollars to get there. And I think there were people who were coming from another country, not just another state. So they travelled a long way to get here, thinking it was going to be, you know, a legit convention. I will say I didn't like that interviewer. He kind of reminded me of, like, you know, he was making really dark jokes about other people. And I think it reminds me of, like, when we get, like, sometimes I think at MCM and stuff, we get, like, GB News come in. We used to have that. I don't think they're allowed anymore. I'm not sure. I don't think they're allowed there anymore. But we used to get them and they'd ask people, like, you know, different cosplayers questions. But try and, like, do it in, like, oh, we're taking the piss out of you because we think you're weird and cringe and, you know, freaks. So I don't think they're allowed there anymore because too many people complained of, like, why are you letting these people in? But it reminds me of those kind of interviewers where they'll ask really awful questions to, like, make you look a bit stupid. At the end of the day, you also paid a ticket to get there. So what does that say about you too? I've gone off on a tangent, but, like, my point was I didn't like that interviewer. This was the last thing I want to look at, and then I want to find out something else. I'll tell you in a minute, but this is the last thing I want to look at in this video. So, clarifications and backup plans. Again, this is to do with the Nightfell panel. Because this went by way too quickly. I couldn't keep up with what it was saying. Hi Dashcon attendees, it's been a crazy weekend this weekend and we literally cannot apologise enough for all the crazy things that have happened. Take a drink every time they say crazy. Let's say it a bit too much. With regards to today and welcome to Nightfell, we don't want to get into it. Well, Nightfell already answered. People already know the answer. But we want to officially say that we did have the money for Nightfell and a large majority of it was in cash, but that's clearly a lie. The remainder was available via PayPal, but unfortunately PayPal was malfunctioning and they were unwilling to wait. For those of you who have reserved seats, we are giving you an extra hour in the ball pit. Yeah, okay, so this is the extra hour thing. This is where this came from. I didn't realise that's where it came from. I thought it came from the fact that everything was cancelling, because it wasn't just them, it wasn't just another guest, it was like everyone was cancelling because they didn't pay them. So I thought that's where that came from. Oh my god. As well as an entry each into a raffle where we'll be giving away a framed Stanley autograph. Okay, you don't have that. A framed Richard Armitage autograph. I don't know who that is. A framed Walking Dead photo with full cast autographs, a signed Martin Freeman autograph, and more. So many cool prizes. Yeah, that you don't have. So stop lying. Additionally, you'll be allowed first come first serve places at the Time Crash concert tonight for what extra room we have. Okay, so they were kind of desperately grasping at anything instead of giving refunds, basically. That's what it was, essentially. Last thing I want to do is there was a Dashcon 2 event. I was nearly going to say Dashcam. There was a Dashcon 2 event. Either, was it this year or the beginning of last year? I can't quite remember, but I want to look at that. Because from what I remember, I think that was supposed to be an online convention. And I actually don't know if that was successful or not. I don't even know if that was the same organisers. Because I know one of the co-organisers of this one is on TikTok, but I don't know if they were actually part of this. I don't actually know. So I thought it would be interesting to look it up. Ooh, I found it. There's an actual website. Okay, this is the website. I've just seen that logo. Okay. This is their website for Dashcon 2. When did this happen? So it was, it wasn't online? A one-day arts, culture and internet history convention. Ah. It was in Canada. Oh, it's been. So it's in Canada. It was on the 5th of July. Ah, interesting. Because I thought it was going to be an online thing. I didn't realise that it was actually an outdoor one instead. Okay, so I've gone onto the Wikipedia thing because I wasn't actually entirely sure if it was a success or not, because that's what I'm looking for more than anything. I don't even know if it's different organisers or if it's the same ones. So Dashcon 2 was announced in 2025 by Avis and Simone, who are unaffiliated with the organisers of the original Dashcon. So that means, yeah, I'm guessing they have more experience with conventions, with organising events, or if they don't, they have more knowledge of what not to do, essentially. The organisers of Dashcon 2 have stated that they have no intention of repeating Dashcon's mistakes. Yeah, so what I was saying. It was held in Toronto on July the 5th, 2025. Was it a success though? Dashcon 2 is generally seen as having been very successful, especially compared to the original Dashcon. Oh, cool! Okay, that's what I want to see, because again, I've already said this, but like, at that first glance, when it was first being planned, Dashcon actually seemed like a really cool, interesting convention. It was just everything went wrong and no one paid anyone. So it all fell apart. But it could have been really good if you actually had capable hands involved in it. I will say one thing, I hope the organisers, I know this was like, 11 years ago now? The original one was, the video says 2014. So yeah, the last one was like 11 years ago. So in that time, I do hope that the organisers have learnt from their mistakes and have learned what not to do. I don't even know if what they're doing now or where they are now. I just know that one of them's on TikTok, but that's it. So yeah. Oh, but I'm glad the second event actually went well, because yeah, I like seeing people like learn from their mistakes, or a new organizer comes in and goes, okay, we're not going to do it that way because we know how that went, so let's do it this way. But I'm glad it was successful. But this was my reaction to the Internet Historian. It's his video on Dashcon. I will put the video in the description down below. I am not used to this wider lanes. I'm not used to it at all. This is really weird. I'm also used to just filming on my phone for conventions and stuff. So we'll see how this comes out. I do apologise if this doesn't look very good though. Or doesn't sound very good. But yeah, after the last video, I can't do recording in OBS again. So I'll get my camera sorted out soon. But yeah, I might have to hold off some videos for a while. But yeah, I'll put the original video down in the description below so you guys can go off and watch this for yourselves. And also, if you want me to react to any other Internet Historian videos, please let me know. I am thinking of reacting to, I think the other one's Defunct Land, which I also really like. So there's a couple there, those ones, like the shorter ones, that I want to react to, and there's some other stuff that I want to react to as well, because I think they're really interesting. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!